long does it actually take me to make a dress like this? And I never really know what to say because the answer isn't really that clear because there's a lot of thinking, planning, fixing that goes on in the process of making all these dresses. But I've done it again. I have exactly 43 hours to finish this dress because I am the queen of procrastination and I have a photo shoot scheduled at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. It's currently Sunday and I haven't started. So today we are going to get the answer to this question because I want to set a timer and find out once and for all how long it actually takes to make a dress like this for a beginning seamstress. For someone self-taught, I am sure that a professional would be able to do it faster. So let me start by showing you all the fabrics and accessories that I got for this dress. So let's start with my base fabric. This is going to be the base of the dress. I think I'm going to use this both for the corset and the bottom. It's very heavy fabric. I have a lot of it. This is the fabric that I bought when I first started sewing. This is the fabric that I made my first ever project, which was 2 Star Wars capes. And also I made my Cinderella dress and my Snow White dress from this type of fabric because it's very easy for beginners. I think it's called stretch, which is confusing because it's not stretchy at all, but it's very thick and I think it's going to work really well for the skirt so that it flares out and it's not just like straight down. It might be a little thick for the corset, but we'll see. I have some other options if that's the case. And then I have this lace. It's a little bit shimmery. It has these tiny little sequins. And this I'm going to use as the top layer of the bodice. I think it matches pretty well with the inspo photos that I found. And then I also have some white chiffon for the veil. As for accessories, I have some very long zip ties for the boning because girl is snatched and I'm not, so we're going to try my best. I have a short white zipper for the skirt. I also bought these tiny little blue flowers, which I think they are so cute and they would match really well, but I think I only have like 5 or 10 of these, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to use it, but I thought like at the bottom of the skirt it could be cute, but I'm not sure. Then I have this pearl string, which I saw that she had this originally like right here along the top of the bodice, but it's a little bit distressed, so I also have some tiny loose pearls and I'm not sure which is going to be better. I thought about like cutting it up and putting it on in patches, so that might be the best case, but I also have these in case. And then there's the part that I'm dreading the most because her dress is not one color, and so I bought 2 packets each of blue and dark gray dye, and I'm very scared to try it. And then for accessories, I have this blue flower crown and also I have a blue bouquet. Also for the bodice, I'm going to be using a pattern that I found on Etsy, so I'm going to link it below because it's a really good pattern that you can adjust easily, even if you want to make something a little bit different. I really like this one. I think I'm going to start with the veil because I need a quick win. And I've also taken out all of my blue and white threads just because I think I'm going to take this. This is just a square piece of fabric. It's 150 centimeters wide and long. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half and then I'm going to even it out just to get rid of the angles right here. Then I'm going to distress it a bit and then I'm going to finish it off with a blue thread at the edges. If it works, I'm going to try it out on a loose piece of fabric first, but I might do some makeshift embroidery. We'll see. What I'm realizing about this project is that it's actually pretty good for beginners because nothing has to be even. I am basically just cutting it like whatever because I'm going to be just stressing it in like a little bit, so it really doesn't have to be anything. this one is going to work really well with this vibe. Okay, I finished the edges and I'm in the middle of making these squiggly lines that she has. I'm not sure if I'm liking them. The fabric is getting a little bit... Yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated, but okay, now we're going to proceed to the skirt, and once again, you don't really have to be precise at all. So what I did is I just measured how long I want it to be in the front. I'm going to measure it onto here. In my case, it's going to be 110 centimeters plus 10 centimeters or maybe 9 for the waist. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the 120 line around here, and then I'm going to finish it right here, so it's as long as possible in the back. And then I'm probably going to cut along this line, but I'm not sure. I have to measure it first. I'm going to insert an even longer panel for the train in the back. I have one issue. When I keep blinking, this one keeps moving. Like, it moves up a little bit, so I look like I can't look straight. Like, this one's looking up a little bit, which is a bit of an issue. I'm not sure if I put it in wrong or something, but see? Okay, I think I fixed it. I must have put it in wrong, but for some reason it didn't hurt. It just did that weird thing. So, what do you think? Am I creepy enough? For context, this is what my real eye looks like. Pretty creepy. But this is what my room currently looks like. Okay, so I'm not really sure what my last update was, but yesterday I managed to make the bodice pretty much. I sewed all of the layers together, but I just need to make a few adjustments. So this is what the back looks like, and I think I'm going to cut it like at an angle, right as the armhole goes, and make the back into a V. And then I'm just going to round this little part that's here. It's going pretty good, but I'm really dreading the dyeing part. I just read the instructions like a million times and I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to do, so we'll see. I'm just hoping it goes well because I don't really have any room for error. I'm going to finish this now and then sew the bottom, flip it right side out, and then put in the grommets and finish the back. skirt because I thought it was just as distressed as the veil, but now that I look at my inspo photos, I see that it's not. It's only the veil that's like has all those rips at the bottom. So I might just leave it like this. Because also it turned out quite nicely, so... Also I can't find the shoes that I was supposed to wear tomorrow, so... Like, I looked pretty much everywhere, and I just have no idea. I found them. I forgot that I took them for wedding try-ons. These were actually supposed to be my wedding shoes because I love this brand. I love their shoes. They look so flattering. They are also pretty expensive, and I found these for a 12th of the price on like a secondhand website, but they are like half a size too small. But we'll use them for this one. Emily is dead and in pain, so these should fit this role great. I finished the edges and I'm now in the process of embroidering all these little swirls onto her dress, and I feel like that's gonna take forever, but I love how it's turning out on this fabric. It's way better than on the chiffon. Okay, I have one issue because it's looking really good so far, but the top here keeps sticking out. Like, it really doesn't look good, so I had this idea. I think it might work. So I want to put elastic along this edge. I just did it like very sloppily just now, just to see if it will work, and I think it will. I'm gonna show you in a moment. Okay, I don't really have the patience to tie it now, but see how it's sticking out right here, everywhere? And on this side, it's like so much better, even though it's sloppy. So if I do it right, it should look so much better. It looks so much better now. Thank God. Okay, and now for the dreaded part. We have to dye it. Okay, so here's my setup. I decided to do it in a flower pot because I don't really want to mix the dye in something that we eat out of. And just as well, I have this, and I also have like this industrial sink. So I'm probably going to put some warm water in the sink. Then I'm going to mix boiling water with the dye in here, and then I'm supposed to filter it, so I have this tiny little thing. Okay, so I soaked the bottom half of everything. I think it's time to mix the dye. Yeah, I didn't really think through the fact that this is metal, so if I put boiling water in metal, then it's kind of hot. Okay, it's honestly starting to look pretty good, but that being said, I'm very happy my mom isn't home to see it. Also, I don't think I'm gonna be needing makeup on my hands tomorrow. We are going to add some vinegar, which is going to smell, but it's supposed to keep the color, so